All right. So you guys can hear me okay? All right. So, and I apologize because like you said, I'm at Boca Code. I figured I'll just make it easy and no presentations. I can just talk. Because really, even though he said you're here for me, you're really here for him. So, for anybody that doesn't know me, my name is Nikki Caboose. I am the CEO of South Florida Tech Hub. And the reason, hopefully, that you are all here today for today's Lunch and Learn is we have a hackathon coming up. It's going to be at Florida Atlantic University, October 7th through 9th. So it's Friday through Sunday. And the theme this year is Hack My City. So our teams are going to be hacking solutions for any issues or problems that arise when working with local cities, counties, municipalities. It can literally be anything from access to education. It can be homelessness. It might be affordable housing, smart cities, just anything that our cities and counties may face. And the wonderful Damian that we have today, he's actually the chair of our mentors and coaches for the hackathon. And I think you've been doing it before I've even been a part of the organization.
Not that long.
So, yeah. But he's been doing it for longer than I've been here. So he knows what he's talking about. He's won a lot of hackathons himself. I'll let you talk a little bit about your book because he's got a book that he wrote on it as well. But I would just really suggest take some good notes, make sure that you take in everything that he says because he definitely knows what he's talking about with the hackathons and has been a big help to a lot of our hackathon attendees. And just really quickly, for anybody that's not too familiar with Tech Hub, we are a regional tech nonprofit. So we are from Miami-Dade to Martin County. So we focus on South Florida, which is Miami, Broward, Palm Beach, and Martin. And we're anything that is small startup all the way through large enterprise and everything in between. Also industry agnostic. So we've got, companies that are software development companies that are in fintech, that are in healthcare, aerospace. I mean, we've got a little bit of everything. Also for those of you, because we know a lot of people join the hackathons, to practice your skills, to meet people, connect, network, but also for job opportunities. A lot of people that join are students or are looking for their new opportunity. They want to meet other folks. So just to keep that in mind, we will be having opportunities for you guys to meet some of these companies and use our job boards and meet with some of the sponsors because we know that that's often why some people are attending the hackathon.
And
in addition to having the opportunity to win money, but I think more importantly is just to connect with people in the community and the ecosystem. So I will shut up. I will give it to Damian and let you guys learn something really cool and then hopefully see you the weekend of the October 7th through 9th.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Nikki. I appreciate that very much. So I'm going to switch to these ones and all that. So you can stick around.
I can if you want me to. No, you're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
bye, everybody.
no, I mean, I'm not trying to.
He's kicking me out.
I am horribly bad if I ever think that I could kick out Nikki. I think she's much more important than me in any one of these events.
No,
so if there is
I
anything
will
we've
still
learned,
be here. Just open the door and scream if you need me to walk back in.
absolutely.
Okay, thanks.
So thank you, everybody. What I'm going to do is going to change into my slide. So if you don't mind, I'll do that right now. Hopefully everybody is, I'll admit anybody that's coming in here. Can you guys all still hear me okay?
Yes,
Let's get to that slideshow, if you don't mind. All right, so this is, of course, South Florida Tech Hub. Nikki already talked about that, so we had that ready just in case. But it's an organization that I truly love. It is an organization, like Nikki said, that I learned about before Nikki showed up. And now that Nikki shows up, I'm more excited than I've ever been there. It's a great organization. And of course, what we're talking about today is the hackathon that it's part of my slideshow, but I'll remind everybody if you go to Tech Hub, well, I'll part of the slideshow. My name is Damian Montero. I'll be talking today. These slides are available at slides.floridajs.com. I'll explain what that is in just 1 second. You can go there right now, or just listen up or see the recording that you'll see a little bit later. We're going to talk today about the hackathon, specifically the hackathon that's run by Tech Hub South Florida. And this South Florida Tech Hub, pardon me. The theme is Hack My City, and it's having October 9th. And today I'm going to tell you all the things about how to win a hackathon. What are the tricks that I've used in my life? A little bit about myself. My name is Damian Montero or Damian Montero. You're welcome to use either one of those. I use the pronouns hello, you over there. That works fine with me. Go ahead and there's 23 years experience. I am a professor at Boca Code, the boot camp. I also teach at Lynn University. I've won 6 hackathons, the last one 6 months ago. So although the first one was somewhere around 10 years ago, I have often been sort of asked to be a coach or because they know if I go there, I've won. They made the mistake down in Miami. The city of Miami made a hackathon for everybody. And so they didn't ask me to coach. So I went there and we won that one with my team. I wrote if you go to right now into Amazon, if you go how to win a hackathon, the book, you'll actually see me there. I'm also the organizer and co-founder of Florida JS, an organization for developers. We're going to split this into different pieces. When we think about certain things, we have to think about the before, the during, and the after the presentation. The hackathon tips and tricks are not just for the hackathon itself, like you're ready there, you're sitting there, you picked up your bagel in the morning, and then this happening. There's more. And one of the things we have to do is think about how we're going to go ahead and prepare ourselves for it. And one of the things we should do with prepare is, of course, come up with a team. If you don't have a team, you will have on Friday afternoon, when the hackathon officially starts, you'll have a chance to go ahead and join a team. So don't worry, do show up if you haven't come up with a team before. If you do come up with a team, come in there, find out and think about who can do what in the team. If you're missing a graphic artist, a developer, a backend, someone helps you with presentations, someone helps you manage or project manage, think about those things because there will be plenty of people on Friday, of course, the same people I mentioned before, that will be looking for positions. So make sure your computer's up to date at that moment. Make sure that we have everything ready to go, because of the fact that you don't want to be able to go and say, oh my goodness, I forgot some things. We've had 2 years in a row where this hackathon was virtual, as in you were doing it from your home. The easy part of doing it from your home, that if you forget one dongle, piece of paper or something like that, another computer, this computer has trouble, you walk over and everybody has, I believe, like me, 20 computers. Correct me if I'm wrong here. But even if I'm wrong, you can go ahead and do certain things over there. But this will be in face-to-face. So the first one we'll have it in a while. So I'm super excited. It's going to be FAU in this unbelievable location we saw before yesterday, pardon me, specifically. But make sure you have everything ready. So think about that before. So join and be joined, update your laptops. No idea is bad. So one of the things we have to talk about is that during the time of your presentations, do make sure that you give all your ideas to everybody. So if you have certain ideas and you've joined a team, even if you already talked about it with the existing team, or if you have a brand new team, give your ideas up there. Make sure not to poo-poo on everybody else's idea. I believe that's a technical term we use here, at least at the university level. Make sure that you have everybody's interest in mind. We want to listen to everybody's idea. You don't know when someone some idea that you might think might not work or is doable will really flourish the moment somebody else gives a little bit of a change or improvement or another suggestion or a way to finish it or make it unusual. And remember, just like everything else, the hackathon projects don't have to be unique. Please don't tell me I've invented Twitter again. We can change that into something else, right? So Twitter for dogs is not a bad idea. Don't do it for this particular hackathon, but don't ever say it's a bad idea. It's perfectly fine. You're trying to show off something. And we'll talk more about this a little bit later. During the event, there's a lot of things we have to think about. One of the biggest things is that we should think about, well, I have a different way. Please excuse me. I'm going to switch to how we're doing this. Okay. So, during what we want to do is think about sketching it out first. Stop, get your computers away, get a piece of paper, the old-fashioned way, do one of those graphic tablets if you have them. Think about every single thing. Think there's going to be a login screen. Okay, just put the word login. You don't have to go full details. You don't have to put something as beautiful as those amazing, incredible sketches you see on the screen. But do plan it out. You'll be surprised at what point doesn't work or what point you forgot you should do this. And what you will get at the very end is an unbelievable bit of documentation that will help everybody there. You won't have that conversation in the middle of you trying to finish that super important task you've been tasked with. You won't have the conversations, what's next? what do we do this? We utilized this at the hackathon we won down in Miami, me and my team. So there was no question about it. In fact, we literally had a point at which, wow, that shopping cart, and it wasn't required to be a shopping cart. That kind of fake shopping cart we were talking about would be great at this moment. And one of the other members of my team went, oh, just go to /shop on our existing website that we had published. And I went there, and because of things that we're going to talk about a little bit later, it was there. So there was no thinking about what's next, because we realized this was the part what's next, but we had already coded, we already thought about it, we already designed it, we already spend time discussing it. And so therefore he had been bored, he had realized there was nothing else for him to do. He just simply picked up that next task and do it there. So project managers, here's your time to shine. Definitely think about what's going on ahead of time. You do want to be able to share your information. Here's a very funny picture. So if you'll excuse me and just pay attention to what's on there, definitely check out there is techhub.com has the best Slack in all of South Florida. Boca Code's pretty good. This is where I work, but the Tech Hub South Florida Tech Hub, pardon me, Slack, it is at techhubsouthflorida.org. That Slack is unbelievable. Make a channel for yourself, for your team. Make it private if you wish. And, share some information. Create, if you're a project, if you're a technical team, create a GitHub so you can instantly share that project. Again, this is winning success from our winning team. We had a GitHub the second with nothing on there, and we all connected to it, and it was easy for them to every so often check things in and then be able to share. It was a non-problem. Do not do emails back and forth. Do not do USB. There's going to be one version that's different and all that. Share often and share often. Here's an important part of it. Don't worry what it looks like at first. At first, get the functionality out. And here is an important part of it. It's okay to not be pretty. So there are important parts of the project, whatever your idea is or is going to be, because you haven't thought of the idea perhaps yet, it needs to have a particular part of that project. If I was remaking Amazon, I don't have to have the sign up to the user. We can assume there's a user there. If I was making Amazon, I don't have to show you there is a shopping cart. You kind of assume there's a shopping cart. If I was making Amazon, it would be the list of the products and then the products. And you can understand that that would be what Jeff Bezos, the creator of Amazon, would present to his investors. Here, you guys don't understand what an e-commerce store, it's the 90s. I'm going to explain to you. Here's the list of products, and you click on the products, and here's a buy it now button. The investor's not going to be blown away that there is no credit card way of, or that the credit card validation doesn't work. The most important thing first, this is hard for developers. This is hard for anybody, because you want to do that thing you're happy about. You want to do that thing you're good at. You want to do that thing you've already done before. Don't start with the most important part, and don't worry about it looking bad at the beginning. Eventually, you can make it look better. And eventually, think about this, eventually I can present something at the very end that is ugly, but showcase something. And we'll talk more about that in the future. Don't worry about the details, kind of what I explained. Here's another one, fake it until you make it. These are all the same thing. Don't worry about authentication. Those three things are together. I didn't skip them fast because I didn't know much about them. I skipped them fast because they're all together as a bundle. Make sure that you are thinking about authentication. That's fine, but don't implement it until the very last minute. Have a login screen if you want to explain that a user has to be logged in and they're communicating with another user. So have one user logged in, and then all of a sudden in another window, have the second user already logged in. And for example, it's okay if the authentication really just looks for the email address and doesn't care about the password. We don't care unless you're recreating the login experience by, being able to take a picture of your ears and know that's the future of authentication. If that's your project, authentication is not important. Make sure that you have some parts that are maybe not necessarily required. If you want to show us how to sign up the form, don't have the form already filled in. Have the user already logged in? We understand that there's a login and there's going to be you're not trying to check your technology. We're trying to check your presentation. Let's talk about that. Presentation is everything. There's a saying that nobody wins a beauty contest by just showing up. And this is true. But you can, and I personally have won a hackathon without it looking absolutely beautiful because I told the story. This is almost the most important part of this because we are humans. I'm sorry, right? We'd love to this be a competition of the actual technology and your amazing work you've done over the 2.5 or 1.5 days that you have to do this. But it truly is about your story. So come with a story. You have to tell me why quickly and get to the point. Get to the solution. Tell me the problem and then get to the solution. I wanted to be able to sell my hot sauce on the internet. One of the first online stores was that, along with Amazon. And so they built an online store. I'm not going to revolutionize this. I want to help businesses and people that are walking across the street and they're blind. We get it. We understand. Don't show me 15 pictures from Google and a YouTube video. Please never, ever, ever have media. It never works. But the story is important. All right. I've mixed a couple of things here. Do start with the problem first, then show us your solution. You can spend a little bit of time, if it's important, on who you are, as in more than just your name. My name is Damian Montero. Let's get to it. Now, part of this presentation that you literally just are seeing right now was me talking about how I am a hackathon winner. That was part of the story. So if I had skipped that part, that would have been where you might have not believed me or said, no, he can't be right about things. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So that was part of the story. But for example, you didn't know where I was born. I didn't tell you that. I didn't show you pictures of my childhood. Don't overwhelm us with information that's going to take away from the main core story of your amazing project. Tell us why, get to the solution right away. Do it on one computer. This is something I didn't have to say in the past. If you've ever seen my videos that are part of this channel, part of the Tech Hub South Florida or the old Palm Beach Tech channel on YouTube, you've seen me present. And one of the things I told you was, don't worry about certain things, and I never said this. It's a live presentation. I've seen way too many people ignore this one suggestion. You present from one computer. I'm slowing down my speech because I want to emphasize it, or emphasis, as you would say. One computer, because you don't know how long, and you're like, no, Damien, you're wrong. It's switched. You don't know how long it takes to switch computers. It takes an eternity, and you are losing time, and the judges will disqualify you mentally. There is no checkbox that they have on their scoreboard that says did they use one computer or not. But guarantee you, as humans, they've already decided. You're like, no, but the app is on mine. Well, combine it. If the presentation is on one and the app only works on programmer A's computer, move that presentation over. Use those GitHub, move those Slacks to move that presentation over once it is ready, and work from one computer. Trust me. I look forward to seeing who has these as mistakes. PowerPoint is good. The demo is better. So one of the things that we have to do is, I've seen way too many people try to present a PowerPoint, and that's fine, but they take off too much time off the demo. I've seen if your project is only PowerPoints because you didn't have a chance to do the demo, try to show us some of the demo. We are blown away by technology. Even if some part of it is working, in your presentation, you can skip that part or explain that part doesn't work, or explain that you would have that in the future had you more time. Telling the story is part of that. So really get to the demo. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. During the presentation, you will have a period of time. The last thing you do is want to hear me, Nikki, or somebody else tell you you're over time. Not only do you feel bad, and perhaps you're better than I and you do not feel bad. Congratulations. But the judges will feel bad for you. instantly they were 100% on your side. Now they're against you. Don't go over time. Practice it until you don't go over the period of time. We'll tell you. Most likely it's 5 minutes. You'll see what it is. And you can do it. Be nice to the other teams. One of the things that we have to do in the remote is not worry about this, but this one is important now that we're live. We're going to be walking up to the other team. Do not interrupt. The time for questions when the speaker, when you say, is any questions? When I say, do you have any questions from the judges? I do emphasize the judges. There is no questions from the audience. And more importantly, don't say something bad during the audience. Don't go and say, oh my God, that sucks, or something like that. Be respectful, and they'll be respectful for you. Trust me. No interruptions. No matter what, you cannot interrupt the other team and all that. With that in mind, if you have some kind of interruption, if you pause in the middle of it, if something doesn't work, if something takes time, talk. There is nothing worse than a total pause of time. If there is something that's not quite working, the other developer pushes you aside as they try to get this thing working on time. Try to skip it if you can. Try to talk during the time. That's a presentation giveaway. This is an answer. Most of these stuff I should have started with. Most of this advice is for any speech you do at any situation in any point, not just hackathons, work, political, business, talking to your partner, whatever it is. If there is an interruption, try to work out through. You don't have much time. Try to talk more about it. If you're good enough and you've been practicing a long time, a joke might come out. It's a good time for a joke. We all understand these things happen. But for example, if something doesn't work, don't try to repair it. Try to skip it. The judges will ask you some questions. Some of those questions will seem insulting, idiotic, wrong, or just maybe like silly or jokey. Don't get bothered. You want these other people that are going to judge your app. Nobody else is. So therefore, just shrug it off, be confident, and continue down the road. Not all your questions from judges will be stupid or silly, or maybe they're legitimate and you just didn't understand the question. So you're welcome to go, can you ask that question one more time? I didn't quite understand what you meant. Or what did you mean by that? You know what I mean? So that we can see that what you want to do is give us the answer. You just need more information to achieve that goal. And we're always looking forward to that. Prepare for the presentation. Don't go over time allowed. Okay. That's the same things. Oh, like I said, fill in the forms and don't stop if there's any kind of problem. Oh, look at that. It's almost as if I knew what was coming ahead of the slides before I did. There is the hackathon and there is after the hackathon. Here's the key. I don't mean right after you present it. That's not the end of the hackathon unless you're the last person presenting. And even then, do walk down, do sit, and do not make any other noises, or please be respectful of the other team. And if you're the last one, step down, do not make any noises because the judges are walking away, and the last thing you want to do is get them to feel sorry for you because they just saw what you just did. Okay? But here's the key. After the presentations, some of you will not win. I'm not presenting, so I'm not the one that's going to win, but one of you is going to win one of your teams, but not everybody. That's okay. You still have an ability to share your code with the other ones. If you've been checking in, there may be one extra check-in you can do. You might not be the developer, or you are the developer, and you should share that code. You've been putting it into a GitHub that's only yours because you're the only developer. Share that with everybody else. Maybe they want to show it off. I am now presenting at Lynn University. I will be sometime in the end of the year. And when I do, they wanted to see some of the code I did in the hackathon. And I was like, wow, some of them I don't have because I didn't get it from the developers, the other developers, or it's partially there, or I have partial the project and all that. So definitely share your notes, your slides. The other developers may find what you did in it unbelievable. Most likely they will. Get contact information. These are now your best friends. These may have been your best friends ahead of time. Get the contact information. Get the contact information from someone who you saw did an amazing presentation and you wish to talk to them. Talk to people. This is not the end of the world. You just finished the hackathon. It is the most exciting, most rewarding part in the world. Please get the contact information of everybody else. Post pictures. This helps us, of course, in the hackathon organizers and everybody involved. But this will remind you of where you are. This will remind you of what you did in the future. You don't know how many times I've looked back on my Twitter profiles or my, I mean, that's how old I am. My apologies. I meant to say TikTok for you young people. And I've looked back in my list, and I've seen and I've reminded myself how wonderful an idea it is. This is a slides available at Slack, slides.floridajs.com. I don't expect you to memorize this. I'm not even going to go talk about it. This is some slides for the developers and for the people that want to push them. There's some ways you can push some code for free without having to worry about all the things, all that. But more importantly than that, I've been Damian Montero. I am here to, I've been honored to allow, for Nikki to allow me to present. I'm going to stop the presentation right now, but please, I'm still here and I'll be here for a while for questions. Does anybody else have any questions?
No, it was a good presentation, Damian.
Thank you very much.
I have a quick question. I am just finishing up a boot camp and I've been encouraged to attend a hackathon.
Sounds good.
And I don't know anybody there. I'm just going to walk in cold with my laptop. Any suggestions?
Suggestions, you've made the right choice, Gene. The best thing you can do is go to one. My first hackathons, I knew nobody at the hackathon. Now, that was somewhere around 10 years ago, so I had been already in the industry, just happened to be in Miami, this one that I'm talking about. And so I walked in, and instantly people were like, especially for someone like you, Gene, coding, this is a gift. This is something a lot of people don't know. We have superpowers, you and I as coders. So they'll need your skills. So definitely walk in, relax, you can introduce yourselves. We're going to do something where there's more interactions going on. That's, that's our job as organizers, to make sure everybody sees us and make sure that we can see everybody. But we'll make sure that, we'll also run around as the coaches will run around and see what teams need someone. And there's always someone that needs someone like Eugene. And there's always someone that needs someone like everybody else. There's always a team that can use one more person. Even if they tell you, no, they're wrong. They need one more person. So come.
If nothing else, I want to watch the process.
No, Gene, come. There's no way that you're not going to do it. Okay, great. I'll tell you the truth. So there was a chance. Normally it was a little bit hard when we had it remote for the last 2 years to do this, to like connect people, but we did, and there was like an official table, like a virtual table, little picture of me in this video game, and when we're here, and we chose this. But the last one we did in real life, as I call it, right, IRL as the kids call it, what we did is there was a team that was the mishmash. This team there were plenty of people that came in just like you, brand new, and found places. And there was a small team that didn't. And so I said, okay, perfect. You guys come together as a team. And they came together as a team, blah, blah, blah. I helped them. I guided them at the beginning because they don't have any ideas. And so they thought different things because they were all nervous about it. Came in third place. So that team, exactly. So it is a spectacular opportunity. No one goes away just bored to death. Nobody goes away not finding that they are better because of this hackathon. So you will have a great time. Reach out to me. You'll see me there. You'll see me running around, and just what you can do is just like close your eyes, listen. The loudest person in the room, that will be me. So you'll be able to see where I am. Come to me and definitely say hi.
Well, it's thanks to you that I'm going. I attended your TypeScript, I think, a week ago.
Yes.
And then connected with the guys on Grammar Hub.
Nice. Well,
and I'm just immersing myself in the community.
The community is amazing because of Tech Florida, South Florida Tech Hub, and Palm Beach, the original Palm Beach, and there's also Refresh Miami. All these organizations make South Florida one of the best places that I know of. It is very community related. Everybody loves, just wants to meet people and wants to move forward. Everybody here understands they don't do it by themselves, as all those hacker movies and Silicon Valley believe that there's only one person that does it, and there's the magical person, and we all hail that person. We all do this together by being on the shoulders of everybody else there. That's how we community grow and all that. And we believe that strongly here. I think you'll have a great time. I know you'll have a great time.
I love that. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Well, I
and
will be the redheaded senior citizen. Well, that
Sounds
almost.
great.
I'm almost 60, so yay.
All right. Well, I'll join you. I just won't be the redheaded one. I'll be the bald-headed one. So we'll other than that, we'll be the same.
yeah. And Jean, I'm part of a group called Code Pink, where it's a women's organization, and we're probably going to have our own team. So if you want, you can join our Discord server, because we do need people to join our team. So
Maria,
can,
does Code Pink have a website?
not yet. We're in the process of that too. So we'll also need.
Do we have a Twitter
Code
or
Pink
how
has a
can
Discord server. Let me see.
Yeah. So let me send it. I sent it in the chat.
place? Perfect.
No,
So
Chrome.
anyone-
I'm on my phone for this because I'm getting in the car. Ugh.
Does everybody have Tech Hub South Florida's Slack? I'll ask Maria to put in the developer resources or developer chat.
Okay.
Yes. Please, Maria, because
Yeah,
that
okay.
is something that I think is highly, they meet here, Boca Code, and this unbelievable organization. You should definitely join that. Everybody should. So there is a developer channel. Please, everybody that's listening, join us there. Of course, there's the Hackathon 2022 channel that will be coming up shortly. I just realized I'm on the organizers channel. That's private, but the public one will be there if it isn't yet. And but please, Maria, share it with everybody that if you wish. It's up to you, of course, and the developer channel in the Slack at South Florida Tech Hub southflorida.org/Slack.
Cool.
Or just go directly if you have it there. I'm just trying to tell the people that are on the YouTube channels.
Yes, I just dropped it in there. So it'll be in the developers channel on there.
Perfect. Down there. And thank you, Maria.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jan. Any other questions, or we're going to see everybody on October 7th?
So, Damian,
Yes, sir.
my name is Harshad, and I am
Harshad.
located in Washington, D.C. metro area.
Yes.
I was just looking, I never, happened to have participated in hackathon, and I would like to do that and kick it off. But I don't know, looks like it's a in-person hackathon on October 7th. Is that true? Is my understanding true?
For the one in South Florida, yes, it is 100%.
Okay.
It is in person. If you go to MLH, Major League Hackathon, it's Major League Hacking, but .io, you can see all the hackathons throughout the United States, including plenty of them in DC. DC has a lot of them. The company I used to work for is out of DC. That's why I know. There are a lot of local ones in there. If you know someone here, and you want to get a ticket, you're welcome to join a team if you already know someone there. It'll be difficult, and we don't provide any ways to have a remote person that's unconnected join. But if you are connected with the team already, you can join that team remotely. We are allowing that during this hackathon.
Okay.
But there are tons of them in DC. Trust me, I know. I've been there.
Yeah. Okay.
So you'll have it, and it will change your life. It is very enjoyable. I love it. Even if you go there, I don't think anybody's going to go there to watch. Everybody's going to be there participating. I don't mean that you better work hard to participate. No, without you doing anything, you will participate and you will have a great time.
Yeah.
So definitely join us.
The presentation one is a good kickoff thing for me to just understand how to approach a hackathon and
Yes.
what are the steps that needs to be taken. That's a good learning for me here, but I will surely look at the Washington DC metro area hackathon.
Sounds good. You're welcome to fly down too.
Sure, I would. I mean, once a year
like
I
it.
go. I always come to Florida.
Florida is beautiful. Florida is beautiful. We are warm in the winter and not so cold in the summer. So maybe the other way
travel
around.
mostly in the winter. So
Perfect.
Yeah.
You're in a good shape to be here and all that.
Yeah.
So you're welcome. There are other hackathons we have throughout the year. We tend to have about 2 here in the organization. And there's plenty of them around. There's the South Florida DevCon, so the developer conference, as always happens around February. There's React Miami coming up in 2023. There's a lot of things happening here.
Okay, and just on the other side, not only specific to hackathon, with this organization, right? Do you have any kind of volunteer kind of activities
Positions.
that we can
Absolutely. Absolutely.
be part of in this?
Yes, Artish, go ahead and contact Nikki. You can do through the contact page on the front page. I'm trying to quickly do this while I'm looking for it. What is the exact page? But there should be a contact page at the very bottom. Contact her, and she would love the assistance.
Do you
and
mind
help.
Putting that link in the chat real quick?
Absolutely. Yep. Here's the email address on the chat, and of course, anybody doesn't know, it's techhubsouthflorida.org. techhubsouthflorida.org.
Okay.
Any other questions from anybody?
That's all from my end. I'm good.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, everybody. It's been a pleasure. I hope that my advice is giving you that little bit of extra to get you to win. Share this link with everybody. If it will soon show up on YouTube. And thank you so much for joining us. I can't wait to see you there. If not, I will see you at other events. I'm one of the ambassadors here at Tech Hub South Florida. So I'm always there for you, and can't wait to see you at the next time. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.